Hi everyone. I
Sorry, I was waving over here, but my hand's over here.
yeah, it's flipped.
Yes.
Um, Welcome to the really low quality video that I'm creating.
Like being in an internment camp.
Yeah, thanks.
All right.
For that. We've already tried to record this one, so we went off on a tangent and things happened. So
No tangents.
no tangents this time. So yeah, I'm recording this on my really bad quality 12-year-old webcam on my computer because I have a second person with me, as you can see. So I apologize about the quality. I know it's not great.
Some would say that it makes me look better.
Yeah, if I turn my head this way, then yeah, get me on my good side. There we go.
I've always thought that's a weird expression for people to use because you've only got two sides.
Yeah, but have you never that's my bad side?
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
And that's my good side.
Why?
Well, I don't know. Is it the other way around? How do I? Yeah.
Well, it's flipped. So.
Yeah, it's flipped.
But why is one side better than the other side?
Because people are not symmetrical.
No, I get that.
So that they look weird on one particular side.
Though they do say that, like people like Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt have very symmetrical faces, and that's why people.
Tom Cruise has a tooth in the middle of his face.
It's like growing out of his stuff.
If you draw a line, I think it's Tom Cruise. I'm fairly sure it's Tom Cruise. If you draw a line down the middle of his face when he's smiling, his front tooth is right in the middle. So there you go. Facts you didn't know.
So there you go.
Anyway, so I I did a video sort of explaining about my experiences of being a host at TFN. I have one of the organisers here with me in my very bad quality and very badly lit living room. And we are going to chat about your experiences as an organiser and as a host.
Yes.
Because obviously they will be different to mine. So, okay, as an organizer.
As an organ grinder?
As an organ grinder. As an organiser.
Okay, yeah.
As an organiser, you put together well, not the whole schedule, but you put together the panels and what's going to go on in them. So tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so yeah, like I'm what is affectionately referred to in the business as a problem solver. No. So when it comes to the guests and things like that, I generally don't have much input on the guests or anything like that. That depends entirely on what theme we're going for. Is there an anniversary we're celebrating? Things like that.
5 years next year?
5 years for us, yeah, absolutely. What I generally tend to do is I'm the one who sort of sits down and figures out what it is throughout the course of the weekend that we're going to do. Now, it's more than just me. I'll usually come up with a rough draft of like first ideas and things like that, and then they'll get handed off to other people and we'll bounce ideas backwards and forwards. But predominantly that's what I do. I sort of set the schedule in motion and then I host most of the show.
Speak for yourself.
Or at least I did previously. All right.
I'm trying to give us some good light.
No,
it's not
that's
working.
Not working. That's really not working at all. I feel like I'm in interrogation here. So yeah, so that's what I do. But I mean, we do so much other stuff. You know, generally speaking, the convention is put together around a theme. So, for example, last year the theme was Beast Machines, and Beast Machines was going to be a massive integral part to the show. And then all of a sudden, this animated thing happened as a result of having Marty there, who was there for both Beast Machines and animated. And so it kind of took on a life of its own almost. And so, despite the fact that you expect the show to go one way, oh boy, it can absolutely go in a completely different.
Yeah, because it was only a couple of months before, wasn't it, when Marty turned around and went, "I've got these scripts."
Yeah, and I'm just like, yeah. I mean, yes, Mr. Eisenberg. Yes, I would very much like to take part in your script reading.
So it's 5 years next year of TFN, isn't it?
5 years of TFN next year. Yeah, exactly.
Big celebrations.
Big 5-0.
Big
Big
50.
05. 05.
Yeah, the big 50. We haven't even reached 50 yet,
No.
let alone that.
Some of us haven't even reached 30 yet. We will by the time the next TFN rolls around.
Woo! In December.
Can you imagine what number I'm going to put on your birthday card this year?
No, and I don't want to. I'm going to say it probably begins with a 4.
Or a 5.
Don't. Please don't. Right. So that's the panels.
That's the panels, yeah.
So what else do you do? Not much.
I mean, like
you leave it all to Billy and Turnbull.
You know what it is like. The team that we have put together is an incredible group of people.
That would be the cats.
Incredibly passionate and incredibly skilled group of people.
You've got people from all walks of life, haven't you?
We really do.
All sort of careers as well.
Absolutely. Everybody's got backgrounds in all sorts of things. And so, yeah, so we've got an incredible team behind us who work tirelessly, like night and day, to get this convention to be as good as it is. You know, we've got people in set design, we've got people in guest relations, we've got people in legal, we've got people in all of it.
BA.
BA. I don't know how that helps in the slightest.
Flights!
Well, for Peter, yes, that's about it.
Well, you know the schedule of flights. You understand.
So does Google. But Google is not a member of our team. In fact, Google would probably be a lot more useful than certainly this member of the team. I'm so glad that, oh, drat, I was trying to point at her and I've pointed at myself.
I'm very useful.
Yeah.
I feel,
Yeah.
you know, I did stuff.
She contributed.
I contributed.
She contributed.
In a very small way, but I
Oh.
did contribute.
She was very good, wasn't she? Yeah. But yeah, so that's really a lot of what I do. But a lot of what I do generally doesn't take place until the weekend of the con, where I am kind of the distraction, so that everybody else in the team can sort of get on with
what they need to do.
They need to do
the important stuff.
Exactly. They're doing the important stuff, and I'm, you know, the fire is going on over there, and I'm standing over here.
On stage.
Going, hey, don't look over there. No. Yeah, they're doing an awful lot over the weekend.
Yeah.
And generally speaking, it's bailing me out of problems that I've put myself into. Thank you, Mr. Painful. So yeah.
Okay, so your experience as a host, you've been hosting what, at least 5 years now. Well, not 5 years because it's 5 years next year. You've been hosting at TFN 4 years.
I have. I've been hosting since the inception.
Ooh, and how is that? I mean, obviously I know how it is, but they don't. So, do you want to tell us about how it feels for you being on stage? I've talked about it already.
It's an honour. Like, it really, really is. There are. I'm not going to say that what I do is particularly difficult.
No, I will. I will say that it is particularly difficult. It's bloody terrifying, and standing up on stage in front of all those people, being your own idiotic self, it's harder. It's harder than it looks.
It's because I'm so humble, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it is. Or egotistical.
It's. I mean, admittedly, it is a lot easier than sorting out legal and contracts and money and finance and
yes.
Yeah, it's a lot easier than that. But it's still bloody difficult. So don't sell yourself short.
Okay, I'm warm. Very large, as opposed to very short. What I do is I get up on stage and I entertain. And I genuinely think that I do a decent job of it. If I didn't think I'd do a decent job of it, I wouldn't be on there. Like that's the truth of the matter. But I love it. I am in an enviable position. I absolutely understand that, and for it to be the case that it was just because some Geordie with a big mouth said, and stop me if you've heard this story before, we need somebody to host, and somebody went, I can do that.
I'll do it.
You know, and it was the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
And
yeah, in my living room.
Well, I didn't do it in your living room. That would be weird, because I would have done that like 10 years ago. I would have gone into your living room and gone, I can do it.
No, but for me, it would, yeah.
Oh, sorry, I thought we were talking about me.
Well, yeah, but you said putting your hand up and saying I could do that. I thought that was my story.
Well, I mean, it's kind of my story too.
Is that what happened?
Well, sort of.
Oh, tell me more.
I sort of said I could do it. That was kind of the end of the story.
So exactly the same as my story,
Pretty much,
but not in my living room.
Yeah, I mean, obviously a lot of people know the convention that ran before TFNation, which was Auto Assembly, which is basically what I hosted, and basically the organisers came together at that convention. And yeah, the reality of the situation was one of the person that was hosting the event couldn't make it. They needed somebody else. I was working pretty friendly with the team, and I said, yeah, I can do it. And I didn't know what I was letting myself in for.
Similar to me.
Exactly. I mean, the only thing that I would say is different now, especially for new hosts, is that they don't have an established, legendary teacher to take them under their wing and basically explain to them that it's going to be all right. Like, I didn't have any of that. I had to find my own way. I had to walk my own path.
Are you saying that because I had you, it wasn't as difficult?
Absolutely. I'm saying that because you had me. Could you imagine if I hadn't been there this weekend?
Yeah, that's a really good point.
But yeah, like, the truth of it is, I'm in a very enviable position, and I love it. I love the book. You know, the standing ovation on Saturday notwithstanding, like, we do this for free because we love it, and because it's genuinely so much fun, and I get to interact with the most amazingly talented people.
Oh yeah, that's incredible.
And I get to work alongside my wife and my friends on a yearly basis, and it's fantastic.
What's the best part? Clearly, being on stage with me is awesome.
I mean, and Katrina.
Yeah, no, I know, but I'm just like.
Okay, yes, being on stage with Leanne is amazing. Do you know what honestly is the best part of it? And I don't mean this to sound in a sarcastic way or anything like that. It's that moment, literally, as we are about to end the show, where you realise we've done it again. We've peaked. We've beaten. We've
done better than we did last year.
And I can sleep now for a week.
That was such an emotional moment, though, wasn't it? I mean, I've never experienced it before, but like all the hype and all the energy and all the work and the passion and the everything that you've put into this weekend, and then it's gone.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they say that the highest high is worth the lowest low. Unfortunately, I wish it was the other way around, because you get the low, but you get it after you've been up here. And yeah.
It'd be much better to go from down here to up here rather than from up here to down here.
And you know, you know this because you're a performer as well. It's that feedback and that relationship that you build with your audience. Like, you can't beat that when you're on.
There's nothing better in the world than speaking to an audience and have them talk back at you.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, whether or not, or even just be appreciative of the work that you do.
Yeah.
And it's like for everybody, they take it differently, absolutely. But I think as a performer, which both of us are, I think we do find it difficult because it's not that you're desperate for notoriety or anything like that. But
you make a connection. You put your whole life and you put your whole body and soul into the performance, and the rest of your life is basically on hold while you're doing this.
I mean, how many times have I think you said it or something like that to me the other day? I'm in Morrison's and nobody knows who I am.
Yeah, it's weird. You know, it's not that. It's like you get. I know it's only a weekend, but you kind of get used to it, and you know, you put your heart and your soul and your energy and you put every little tiny bit of you into doing this, and then when it's finished, it's like there's a massive void there, because suddenly it's gone and you've got no more to do, and you've put so much of yourself into this that little bit of yourself that you've put in, you've lost.
Yeah,
And it's gone.
Fortunately, there's always next year.
Yes.
To not end this on such a miserable note.
No,
yeah.
it's a wonderful thing performing, and I wouldn't give it up for the world.
No.
You know, it's such an incredible feeling. It's such an incredible rush to be up on stage in front of people who want to be there.
Mm-hmm.
People who don't want to be there, that's a different story.
Well, that's
but
true.
People who want to be there, it's such an incredible rush to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we've talked about panels and scheduling, hosting.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have some behind the curtain kind of, what are you allowed to say? Not about next year, but about...
Because I literally don't know anything.
What are you allowed to say about sort of what goes on behind the scenes? Like, how does this all come together?
Comes together because there's about 8 or 9 really talented people who are really, really passionate about making this the best event that they possibly can. Want to do it, and that's it. Like, that is literally the logistics of it. Now, we are very lucky, as I say, in the sense that we have some of the most talented people available to do that.
Who all like Transformers.
Who all like Transformers. But behind
what a coincidence.
It is, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
almost like we should do a Transformers convention.
Mm.
But honestly, I mean, that's how it comes about. And there's no secret. It's just a lot of hard work. There's a lot of sleepless nights. There are things that go on behind the scenes at this convention that I don't even know about. And that's not because I'm being intentionally kept in the dark. It's just because there are better people out there who can deal with it, and I don't need to get involved in it. Something. What I would probably say, here's something, and I've said this to people in the past, okay, is that we go into every year with a plan, and that plan rarely comes off as you intend, because there are a lot of moving parts. And so I think one of the things that is incredibly fortunate is that we have such an adaptable group of people working for us, people that can change things on a dime. This animated project, the animated script reading, wasn't even a thing 2 months before the convention, and then it was.
Things happen.
Exactly.
So, when does this process start again?
In about a month. September.
So you finish in August, you give yourselves 2 weeks to relax, and then back to the grindstone.
Pretty much.
And it's worth pointing out that the people who do this convention and the main organisers all have full-time jobs.
Yes.
So they do this alongside their full-time jobs.
Exactly, and like, I'm lucky in the sense that I've got a normal, everyday 9 to 5. I mean, I don't work, but
I'm a student.
I've got an everyday job. Some people work for themselves, and if you've ever worked for yourself before, you know that's not a 9 to 5 job. And so, for people to find the time to be able to do this,
it's incredible. It must take up like your entire year.
I mean, it takes up some people's entire year. Fortunately, it doesn't take up mine. I've got a pantomime to do.
Because we 6 months out of the year we do panto, so he's behind you. Was had the same idea.
Yeah, we did.
Same idea.
Go for a panto joke. Wrong panto joke. Whoops a daisy.
Well, because you are behind me.
Not anymore. I'm not.
Face stealing.
Yeah, give me your face. It's a line from Transformers, by the way.
Thank you.
Said by Optimus Prime.
Thank you.
You thought he was just a nice guy.
He is.
He screams, "Give me your face."
Okay then. So we've peeled back the curtain just a teeny.
Then where's his friend as a corpse shield? Teeny.
We've peeled the curtain back teeny tiny bit, and sort of let you see how our friendship works, which is lots of insulting and laughter. We've sort of talked about your experiences hosting and organising.
And look at this YouTube channel you've got going on here as well. Look at this.
Oh yeah, I mean, no expense spared for the rubbish webcam on the computer.
And look at this beautiful backdrop we've got going on here.
Look, I'd like to point out, right, that there is a sofa somewhere underneath here. This is not a great angle to be doing this.
I was going to say, what are you doing? What if I hadn't been wearing socks?
But you are wearing socks.
But they don't know that. I want to keep the mystique alive.
There is a sofa behind here. We are sitting on a sofa. We are not
Sitting on a floor or something like that.
Yeah, because my back wall is quite bare. I can't even reach it. My back wall is quite bare. Haven't got any pictures up yet. But yes,
She's got a cracking EJ Sue Optimus Prime picture.
I do.
Out of door. We should do more of these, and you should gradually just put more Transformers in the back.
We'll just make our own little area.
Transformer shrine.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, this was us peeling back the curtain on tiny bit on what some of the organisers go through. And how much applause they actually deserve for bringing this show to you, because I'm just a cog in a very, very big machine, and I get up on stage and act like a fool. But these guys, which way am I pointing? There we go. These guys, everybody. Billy Turnbull is a Tory.
Mapes times two.
Oh God, there's bloody hundreds of them.
Mr. Brooke.
Oh yes.
For whom the convention could not run without.
Yeah. Basically, all these guys who you may or may not know the names of, you know our names because we stand on stage and tell you them over and over again. But you may not know the names or the people behind the convention. So this is just to show you how hard they do work.
Yeah, absolutely. And that doesn't
give them some appreciation.
And that doesn't even cover the entire team of volunteers for whom, again, without...
Yeah, it really doesn't. There's how many people were in that room at the staff meeting? Lots and lots of people.
So, but yeah, so hopefully if people like this and they stick around here, maybe I'll come back. Maybe you'll invite me back.
Maybe.
Do I get to come back?
I'll think about it. I'll try and rig up some kind of thing for my proper camera, so that we can actually, instead of this terrible
thing.
This
right.
thing.
Well, we should probably say goodbye then.
Okay. It's been lovely chatting to you, David. Not that we haven't been chatting for like 4 hours already, but yes. And thank you for coming on and
you're going to come on my channel one day.
I'll come on your channel.
Aww.
Yay! Thank you for coming on and revealing what it's like to be an organizer and a host. So everybody thank David. Bye.
Bye.
Hi.
Goof about.
Oh, it's recording.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
It better not be broadcasting to the internet.
No, it is not broadcasting to the internet. Don't worry. I can edit this. Okay.
I don't know what.
And sit up, man.
I'm trying to sit up, man.
Okay. So this is not great quality.
It's not. It's terrible quality. In fact, it's dreadful.
It's an old laptop. The faceMongers are coming to get me. Whatever a facemonger is. I promise you, we are in fact sitting on a sofa. Look, here's a cushion.
They are treating us well.
Okay, so do you want to, seriously, you look like you're just lounging. Do you want to maybe, you are just lounging.
I am just lounging.
Do you want to maybe sit up like
Look
a
more
normal
professional.
human? Yes, like a normal human being.
Right, does that look better?
Yes, slightly. Say hello.
I can. I can say hello without actually saying hello because this is a video, so I can allow my body to emote the emotion.
Excellent. So say hello then.
Hello.
I thought it might be nice.
I've wanted to be a webcam girl for years.
Would you stop messing around?
They are treating us well. The food is good.
Yay, cat food. Right. So
This really does look like a hostage for me.
I'm just gonna put this up in all its raw footage glory.
Yeah,
so.
that sounds like a good idea. We're having a goofy time.
I don't want to be visited by like CIA or something.
The CIA.
Yeah.
You're not American.
No. But, okay. Do you even know what the CIA is?
Yes.
The International Affairs.
We've got bigger things to worry about, like Brexit.
They really should start worrying about Brexit.
The thing is, though, you're talking about not putting this video up. I think what we should do is we should put the previous video up that we recorded, the one that you said will never see the light of day. That video, now that, ladies and gentlemen, you would never get away with that. Tell you what, I used to be a fan of Thomas the Tank Engine. Not anymore. Not anymore. Like, honestly.
Right, at this point, I am going to press stop on this lovely recording.
Why? So, okay, yeah, okay, alright, fine. Don't threaten me. We'll, oh, you are pressing stop.
I'm going to press stop
Why?
because